So welcome back, my dear students. Welcome back, everyone. Today we will start talking about the journal entries and the transactions of the journal transactions. And this is our first part of the work in the journal entries. Usually, the journal entries, we do it as we have three things: the journal entries and the ledger. Then we go finally from the ledger into the trial balance. So we have three things in the accounting transactions or the accounting process. Step one, we go into the journal entries. Step two, we go into the second step, we go into the ledger. The third step is that we do the trial balance at the end of the process. So those three things: journal entry, ledger, then the trial balance. And we'll see right now some examples how this works. Usually, like I will see now as example here, if we say the owner starts the business with LE 10,000 in cash. So this expansion means that the cash increased with 10,000. Yeah, while the capital is decreased with 10,000. So in that case, we will say from cash into capital. So it will be like this, from cash into capital. Like what I will say now, this is August 1. On August 1, that the date was August 1. So I will do like this. I will do August 1. From cash, look at this. The debit, we will put it to 4 to the left. And the debit, we put it into, the debit, we put it 4 to the left. And the credit, we put it just a little bit in the middle or 4 to the right. But we don't put them down each other, beneath each other. No. One to the far left and the other one, the debit or from cash to capital. That means from cash to capital. So cash will be on the far left and capital will be in the middle or to the right. And the same thing for the accounts. So the cash will be to the left and the capital will be to the right. Of course, the capital, I have to put the amount here in front of the capital. Then we put in front of, look at this, in front of the capital here. Then we make a few description or a few small description about what was this about. So this was starting business by depositing 10,000 investment in cash. So here, this is our first piece of work today. Again, I would say the transaction like this: the owner starts business with 10,000. Perfect. The owner start business with 10,000 in cash on August 1. So I will take August 1 and stable August 1 here. Then once we start business, the root of this, that we start by increasing the cash. So from the cash, which is 10,000, into the capital. Capital will be credits with the 10,000, and the cash will be debited with the 10,000. Like here, from cash into capital. From cash, from this side is from, into capital here. Okay, that was the first our first transaction today, and I want to train you to do one like it exactly. So we'll be trained to do one exactly like that one. So let's say I will take an example exercise for this work, Control and C, and we will say like this now, new, perfect. And I will put it, no, we need one slide. We don't need slides, sorry about that. I don't want slides. We don't want slides. Let us go to the what? Let's say now a new file, another new file. New documents. Here we go. And you guys will do this I will give you a chance for about 5 minutes to do this one. Then we will work on it together. We will do it together. Once you're done, we will do it again together. The owner starts the business with, let's say this will be 330,000. It's the same. I don't know, August. On August, let us say on August 7. Okay, so I want you just to say what we will do here. What we're gonna do here. Okay, I'll give you around 5 minutes to solve this question, or less than 5. It doesn't matter, it doesn't need all this time. Usually starting the business from cash into capital. Usually starting the business from cash into capital. Okay. So here, just I'll put for you the same example here so that you can work on it. And my own example as well. You can see from cash to capital. That's how you'll do it. You will do it exactly like what's here in front of you in this one. I'm just giving a chance for you guys to do it. The same idea from cash to capital, but with 30,000. And I will show you also how to do the graph right now and how to work on this. But just give us a chance to solve this question for everyone. Then we can move forward. Yeah. Okay, so let's all the thing would change here is that I would make August 1, it will be August 7. So August 7, that's August 7. I will take it here and say August 7, Control and C. Now we'll go to my example here, and I will put it August 7, that way, Control and V. Then from cash to capital, the same, because we said that there is a transaction. The owner start the business depositing in cash. So the cash increased with the 30,000. So it will be from cash into capital, the same thing. It will be from cash into capital, but the amount will be 30,000. And here the amount will be 30,000. I'm starting the business on August 7 or August 7, because we don't need to write it back because we have here already August 7. So it's from cash into capital. This was the first transaction, or the first how we will work on it and how we do this kind of examples. The second thing, so let's see now. Let's see the second transaction we have today. So this is the first transaction when you do start with cash. You deposit cash to run the business. A van is bought for 4,500. Yeah. Cash on to on August, like this way. So when I go to do this transaction from the name of the expenditures, which is van, from the van account into the cash. Why? Cash here decreased because you paid in cash. You paid in cash. So it will be from the van into cash. So here I will say this is the second transaction right now. I will do it like this. So I will say here from van into cash, and here I will put the cash down. Sorry about that. And here from the van to cash, and the amount is, how much was the amount which he bought the fan for? 4,500. Here we go, Control and C, and I will go here and write the 4,500 twice. I will write the 4,500 twice. Here it is once, Control and V, from the fan or from purchases into the cash, also 4,500, but I will put this 500. Then I will say, so description for the what happened on that day, I will say buying a van for the business. So this we call it a clarification or description for what happened, or the transaction, description for the transaction. And we can just signalize it with yellow, handwritten like this. So this is the second transaction. I bought van, then from the van. Sometimes some textbooks you'll find it from purchase to cash, from purchase to cash. That's fine. You are fine. The name of the expenditure or from purchase to cash, all are fine. Some books like this. Some books you will find it from purchase into cash. So I will give you here now another another example. So you will solve it, please, with me. And I will give you a chance like around 5 minutes to go for it. Then, and by the way, also on this transaction that was on August 20, August 20. So I will put here also, like I showed you before, I will put August 20. I'll repeat this back here, Control C. I put this here, Control and V, then I will make this 20, August 20. So here is for the date. This column is for the date. This column is for the journal entry, and this is for the amounts. So what is debit will be to the little left. What is credit will be to the right, little bit to the right. So don't forget, please, this is debit, means from cash into capital, and from fan into cash, from fan into cash. So don't forget it, please. These how to register the transactions. Just want to make it all of it like times New Roman 14 and time New Roman here. That will be fine like this. Don't forget also that we have to write the transactions. What is the detail about? What was this transaction about? So that it reminds us what we have this was about. Okay, that's fine. So let's go to our example, the example which I gave you. Let's see now and write down a similar example. Control and C. You guys will do it. You will work on it. Control and V. The company purchased was the company purchased a vehicle for let's say 8,000 in cash. And the word in cash, very important, in cash, because we'll see after this transactions made not in cash. So on August 22, the company purchased. So this transaction, we will do it right now. Same likewise what we did in the first one. So I will give you a chance about 5 minutes to work on it and do it. Please remember from the name of the what you bought, the product or the purchase into the cash. Why the cash became here credit? Because it is reduced, and I know when the asset is reduced, an asset decrease, that means will go to credit. What? The asset? Yes, the cash is an asset. Like I told you when we were doing the balance sheet, cash is always assets. It's current assets as well. So here, when it decreased because we paid money, so it will be in the credit. So cash will come to the right side of the equation, like you see here in front of you. Again, so the cash here, because it's credit, because it is reduced, it's the value of the cash reduced, so it becomes credit. While the fan is debit, because increase in assets will make it debit. An increase in an assets will make it debit. Look at this. An asset increase in assets make it debit. Increase in an asset make it debit. So that's why we did this way. Okay. Now the third thing, from cash to capital and from van to cash. The third, so I will leave for you right now about 5 minutes, and I want you guys to work on this. I want you to work on this. Okay, cool. What we will do right now here in these transactions, what we will do right now here, same like we see, we'll go now here we'll rate from the vehicle, because the vehicle value is increased. We have vehicles and the vehicle value is increased here into cash. Here into cash. Okay, and I will move the cash a little bit forward there. Vehicle into cash, and the amount of the transaction was 8,000. Here we go. This is the amount of the transaction was 8,000, and I'll put here the 8,000. Okay, I will put 8,000 control V here. Now I'll put again the 8,000 here, control V. Actually, they're very big, so we don't want them to be like this. We want them to be like here. That's fine. Then the small 8,000 here will go down, and we'll say buying a vehicle. Control and C, and here it will be buying a vehicle. Here we go. Control and V, a vehicle. VEICHLE for the business, to run the business. And that was on August 22. So we'll take it here, August here, August 22. And that was the third transaction today, which we work on. We did today the starting business. We start the business from cash into capital. And then we said we bought a van, from the van to the cash. We bought a vehicle. We bought whatever from the name of the expenditure with its name into the cash. So this is why we said also this happened, because increase in an assets will make it debit. Debit means come to the left side, or debit means from, and decrease in an assets value will make it credit. So it is from vehicle to cash. When we pronounce it, we say from vehicle into cash with the amount which is in front of us. Here we go. Assets increase is debit, assets decrease is credit. That was the first two transactions today in the journal entry. And we'll see how we post these into the ledgers by the next lecture. Shall leave you in peace. Take care of yourself. Have a very wonderful day and see you in the next lecture. Thank you.